Scott, hey, guess what happened to us, Scott?
Well, we talked for about 30 minutes without going live,
A good
which is
30 minutes.
okay. That's okay. Oh, here we go. There it is up there, Ellis.
Oh my God.
That's okay. We were talking about top secret stuff, so it worked out.
Okay, there it is.
Hey, do you know who Paul Smith is?
He is an artist.
Yeah, I got the. Let me see if I can show this to you real quick.
Okay. Oh
I
my
got.
Lord. And plus, I was just talking about how I need to up my game on this and that, and then I discover I haven't pushed the requisite
hadn't
number of
even
buttons.
pushed it.
Yeah.
Thankfully, no one heard your confession, so I picked up this today. I don't know if you can see it,
Oh
or I'm sorry,
wow.
this week. Paul Smith's Artist Edition. He's probably my second favorite. We won't count Kirby because he wasn't on the X-Men very long,
Uh-huh.
but he's one of my favorite X-Men artists. It came in a little damaged, but I got such a good deal. I'm not going to send it back. But it has, I think it's got something from all of his X-Men books, and it's got a he did an issue of Marvel Fanfare when he first thing he did for Marvel, and I love the art on this. The Marvel, I don't know if you can see this Marvel Fanfare art.
Wow. Let me solo you.
See if I can get. I love how it's a little bit different than what he did on the X-Men. It's got a little more hatching and stuff. It's not quite as clean, but I
Mm-hmm.
like it. And there's a couple pages of that. Then there's some double page spreads from his, I think from his Marvel Fanfare. I'm not for sure. And then there's from X-Men Alpha Flight, the miniseries that he did. He did part of it, and Art Adams did part of it.
Well,
Um,
wasn't that what John Byrne did for his like beginning
no,
project, Alpha Flight?
well, no. He did it partway through his X-Men run.
Hmm.
Uh, but here's what I wanted to show you that I thought was really cool. Oh gosh, my desk is not made to hold one of these.
Wow, it's got all that rubber cement stained lettering and all that. Yeah,
Oh yeah. Some of them you can see a lot of the pencil marks. This one's a little cleaner than most. But
I
he
kind
did
of
a.
dig that. I dig that roughness of those
I do
things.
too. I was a little disappointed. I've got a John Byrne Fantastic Four one that you can see all. He didn't erase any of his pencils. I don't think it's crazy. But
He just let burn it off when they made the
when they shot the
contact print or
stats,
whatever
yeah,
stat.
yeah. So this is a one shot he did for Uncanny X-Men. No, X-Men Unlimited. They would do, there was a bunch of one shots, and it's almost a completely different style for him. It's more of a brushy, um, check out that Wolverine face. How cool is
Cool,
that, man?
nifty.
I mean, it's almost a different look for him.
And we can tell by the scale of your hands just how cool and big this art is. That's really fun.
Look at this, man.
Man, that's groovy. That's so cool because this is basically original size. That's an 11 by 17 cartoon
Yeah,
page or comic book
yeah,
art page.
yep, yep.
Very groovy.
I
And
dig
this
this.
is Pal or whatever. Is that his name? Did you say Pal?
No, Paul
Paul.
Smith.
Okay, Paul Smith. Yeah.
Paul Smith. Yeah,
Yeah.
who he didn't do a lot of comics. He's done a few, but I don't know how the dude makes his money because his output has not been super high. Oh, and then he did. What's funny is he did this that's real rough. Then he did this for X-Men First Class. Completely different look.
Mm-hmm.
Very open, kind of more of a modern style. A few
Mm-hmm.
years later, he just does the odd comic here and there. I read an interview with him, and he said he worked on X-Men until he got to the point to where he could buy. He wanted there was some kind of BMW motorcycle he wanted. When he made
Mm-hmm.
enough money, he was like, okay, I'm gone. You know.
See you later.
Oh, there are prices on these. That's $650.
Oh, that's cool. What was I just thinking about? I need to go to the Heritage auction site and see if I can get originals of it. What was that? I was saying I need that. Oh, I know. I was going to see if anybody's ever tried to auction off Lieutenant Blueberry pages.
Oh gosh,
those would be fun to have a high res of.
They would be fun. I read some Mobius yesterday. Well, it was snow day. On snow day, I think all the pages for the story are in here. I just realized that because it's not a full. Yeah, I think so. It's only 14 pages. I don't know what this is from. Something else.
Ooh, groovy! Look at that little pinup.
Yeah. Anyway, let's see. I'll read this. Paul Smith was born in Kansas City, Missouri on September 4th, 1953. His father was a naval aviator. Yeah,
he's 10 days older than me.
Really?
Yep.
His family moved several times during his childhood. As a young comics fan, Smith admired the work of Steve Ditko, the Amazing Spider-Man, Neil Adams on Batman. Aside from a course in airbrushing, Smith has no formal artistic training. In 1977, Smith began working as an animator on Ralph Bakshi's adaptation of The Lord of the Rings, as well as Bakshi's American Pop. I want to see American Pop. It was on Amazon, and I didn't watch it, and now it's gone, and I want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got a great book about Bakshi that covers all of his work. Smith got attention to Marvel Comics in the early 80s. His first published work was Marvel Fanfare #1, featuring a short Daredevil story, then an X-Men Kazar tale in Marvel Fanfare #4, the concluding chapter of a 4-part saga previously illustrated by Michael Golden and Dave Cockrum. Oh, I've got a trade of that collects that. It's followed by an issue of Doctor Strange retelling the character's origin. Soon after, Smith was assigned as a regular artist on Uncanny X-Men, Marvel's top-selling title at the time. Smith drew 10 issues, collaborating with noted writer Chris Claremont. It was regarded as one of the best and most fondly remembered X-Men runs ever. I actually don't like the stories from when he's on. I'd prefer the ones when John Byrne was there, but be that as it may. After departing X-Men, Smith returned to Doctor Strange for an additional 7 issues, went on to draw again, collaborating with Claremont, the Alpha Flight X-Men, in a celebrated oversized 2-issue limited series, and a brief stint on X Factor. I think I've got certainly got all of his Marvel work. Smith worked on a number of titles for First Comics, American Flag, Grimjack, and Nexus for DC Comics. He and James Robinson produced The Golden Age and would later reteam on their own creator-owned multi-Eisner Award-winning series, Leave It to Chance for Homage Comics. Smith, a.k.a. Smitty, currently resides in Colorado. He continues to draw comics and covers for whatever strikes his creative fancy. And then it's got his website, paulmartinsmith.com. I have that Leave It to Chance. I don't know. Have you ever seen that?
No. Well, I'm just kind of like, I think it's really cool that we're 10 days apart in age.
Yeah, that is cool.
Oops.
Oh, hang on just a second. I got him on the shelf here. So he did a creator-owned series called Leave It to Chance.
Oh, look, wait a second. Mario's here. Sorry.
Oh.
Pigland. Hey, Mario, you're live.
Okay, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can. I'm sorry if I ignored you for too long.
I want to do a little ad.
Okay.
Goddess of Pigland.
All right, let me solo. Let me solo you.
Nice.
There we go. Oh my God.
Goddess of Pigland. Somebody sing this. This will be on film. I'll cut it out of your podcast.
Very good. Goddess of Pigland. Yes, I highly recommend Goddess of Pigland.
Yep.
Scott and I both read it.
I forget. The intro hooked me. It said something about reprogram your brain or something like that.
I know. Have you guys put reviews on Amazon?
You know what? I haven't. I need to do that.
I haven't.
We will.
If you like it. If you don't like it, you can keep your opinion to yourself.
Yeah, that's right. I've got a guy that is obviously some sort of troll that has given me, he's made an art out of giving me bad reviews. It's pretty
More
fun.
than
Oh,
It's
no.
it's kind of funny though because
Same guy?
I believe so, and I've tried, of course, naturally. You're drawn to trying to find out who it is, but it's behind the anonymous.
So you can't tell it's me.
No, I can't.
Yeah, I was gonna say you'll never catch me, Ellis.
You'll never catch me. Yeah, I've got my suspicions, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to share them.
Well,
It's funny because he always he uses the same adjective to describe it each time. He says, I think it's drivel. Which I don't know. It makes me laugh that he went to so much trouble.
That may be a compliment.
Yeah, it may be a way to catch him at it. What? So you like the word dribble, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite words.
Yeah. There are certain kind of words that carry, that
some weight.
Exactly what you want out of them. Yeah. That's all writing is picking the right word. That's not all of it.
It's a lot of it.
Yeah, it's a lot of it.
There it is. I worked on this thing.
Oh yeah. You did more work on it. You added.
We're just
added
looking
to it.
at it, trying to make it. Of course, then I take it away from the. When I was drawing myself, that was more of a genuine transfer of whatever goes on the draw. And this was looking at it and saying, "Oh, that looks wrong. I got to change that." So I really, I don't even think it's as good as it was when I just did it looking at the mirror.
I'm always surprised some of the people that really super accomplished artists that if you miss a likeness by a quarter of an inch, it's just something that doesn't look like what you want it to look like. It's like, that's almost Jennifer Aniston. It is Jennifer Aniston.
Some people are so good at it. It's like, golly. And you see it and you look at it and you're like, that they didn't render it very much, but they captured it.
Oh yeah, they got the size of all the main features, got them all right, and got them in proportion to each other. Yeah. That's all it is. That's all that's my definition.
I'm still
drawing.
Astonished. Ellis did. So Ellis and I were at a coffee shop, and I don't know how we got talking about Michael J. Fox, and Ellis, with no reference, whipped out a really good likeness of Michael J. Fox, and I was like, "How did you do that?" And he was like,
"Black magic."
Well, I just,
He's got kind of a square head and kind of know what haircut he's kind of stuck with for most of his career. Pow! I had a Michael J. Fox right in front of you.
I was just astonished because I thought it looked really good because I had been struggling trying to capture his likeness, and and you nailed it.
Yeah, that's it. It's all Steven Silber. Went and wanted to study at the knee of Mort Drucker at one point, and Mort Drucker actually gave him some personal instruction. And he since I took a class with him, he was sharing it with us. And it's mainly the big shape. It's like and when you're hearing it from Drucker that the most simple part is the most important part, you got to pay attention to that. It's like,
well, what is the most simple part?
The most simple part is just the big shape. It's like, is it a square? Is it a triangle? Whatever, it's got, you got to just look at that big shape and say, okay, that guy's he's a square, he's a circle, whatever, and that's what the master Mort Drucker zeroes in on, at least first. Obviously he's right. A master of what he's seeing there. He knows exactly how to do a shorthand for a nice little pig nose. Bring it back to where we were.
The goddess of pigland.
Yeah.
Now, if I wanted to just share, I don't want the whole screen, and I want to put up things on my screen.
Yeah, I can do that.
But leave this
in our certain sharing
One
ratio, the way
Yeah.
we've got it.
The only thing is, I think I have to take the entire screen down. Oh, the window. It says window.
Yeah, you share.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
can
want to
share.
take the whole window.
You can share a window.
But I'll see how I'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's kind of tricky. Last
is
time I
tricky.
did that, we had some issues. God, at work I get stuck doing that, and it's like, Scott, will you share? Tell us about this, and so I got a window up of what I want to show, and I can share every window but that window. You know, it's like oh yeah.
Present. Share screen.
Can you see it?
Good computer. Screen sharing works best on a good computer. This is a good computer. It's just very old. It was the
Nothing
top
wrong
of
with
the
that.
line when it came out. When I bought it was like 5,000 or something
Oh wow, yeah, that's.
for the Big Mac.
Oh yeah.
Actually, they dropped in price now.
Oh, have they?
They went down in price. Yeah,
That's
with the big
surprising.
screen, the 27-inch screen.
Oh yeah.
So let's see. I never know what to pick here. I'm going to pick the window and see. Let's see. Okay, pick that. Yeah, it says share. I think you have to do something.
Yeah, I probably do. Oh, well, there we go. Add to stage. Yeah.
Okay. So now I could it's just the 1/3, right?
Actually, I think we're using all of it or most of it, but that's all right.
Yeah, that's okay.
No, just give me you guys.
Well,
share-
that's the deal. It doesn't have a whole.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're sharing.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh wow, infinity.
Here's our option, Mario. I'm sorry, but that's it.
Okay.
That's all right.
All right. Well, I won't try. I'll try not to be too tedious.
No.
It's
Tedium
fine.
is what my audience expects.
Okay.
That's what we excel
That was a
in.
good one. That was a good one.
It's a coin of our realm.
Yep. As a matter of fact, if you notice the title from last time we talked, and the title that's graces this thing, it's Here We Go. That's what I'm reusing our address, and finally 3 days later, I'm just actually using it to broadcast with. So you asked that one time if it was the same address, and it can be. Yes, it can, but usually I cancel them out.
What did I do?
Well, you've got your whole
Yeah, I did that again. Okay.
whole thing showing up. But, obviously, if you bring up preview right now, that's what'll show up. We've got the infinity thing going on, which is kind of groovy.
Yep.
I hope nobody's.
I don't think is anybody out there?
No, huh? Anybody out there?
That's the
Okay.
question.
They found a plesiosaur and it had scales on it.
Oh, wow. So they got the texture of the scales, huh?
Yeah, with this new find. It was in the Science Times.
That's pretty amazing to think about. Flash forward from 1,000,000 years ago to something that's actually an information, a snapshot of something from 1,000,000 years ago.
And here's my summer home.
That's it.
It's at least the one I have planned. All right, let's get some artwork up here.
Okay.
I'll go right to my comic book illustration section.
Okay.
Open it up and let's see if there's anything of interest.
All right.
Oh, look who I got right off the bat. Oops. Don't do that.
Mario's got some adult stuff. His nude figure.
Oh no.
Studies.
This is my porno's in another section. Oh, okay. So who the heck is this? You ever see this? Rumble?
I don't know. I'm not getting an update on your big screen.
You're not seeing anything?
Well, I'm seeing your big screen, but is it frozen or not? I don't know. All I'm seeing, I'm not
Oh,
seeing.
you're just seeing the.
I'm seeing your
reflection?
desktop. I'm seeing your desktop.
You
You
don't
have
see, you don't
you
see
have,
art right now.
no. You have to share according to
I
name.
wonder
If
what
you're
happened.
using Preview, Preview has to have a name, and you share that. The screen will have its own name.
Let's try that again. I'm not following what you're saying.
Yeah, I know what you.
Let's see. That's new. Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh boy. You really got to. No, you don't see that though. Do you see this now?
Now I see it.
Okay.
There we go. I'm adding it to the stage, or I think I did. There we go. Now we see it.
Didn't have to do that before. Now you got this one. I think I sent this to you, right?
Yes, I dig that. I dig the Morlocks. Get in close on the Morlocks, because I kind of like. I did dig that take on Morlocks. Yeah, look at them.
Wow.
They're all like. As a matter of fact, my little cowboy thing was thinking. As a matter of fact, I had a shortcut name when the first draft was going, where I called them Morlocks, but then I had to come up with another name for them.
For the what?
For some characters that come out of a hole in my kind of
Western.
my
Kaiju
cowboy,
Western.
my Kaiju Western, yeah, my supernatural influence.
This looks like.
Oh yeah, it's Al Williamson there. Pretty sure
Is
of
it?
it. Looks like it. Looks like Al Williamson. Get in close to anything.
Yeah,
I'll tell you.
I think you're right.
Where the creature's trying to talk to him. Fear not, my crimson blade shall prevail. And that's actually her pet. Diademon, spawn of Hades. Yeah. I think that's how that one turns out. Or he's having a fantasy or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, this guy. Now I should go into some of the folders.
That is old what's his name? That looks like Simni Bisley-esque, but I don't know. I couldn't call that.
Not Beasley.
Yeah, I don't recognize that line
There's
work.
Raymond.
Who? Oh yeah, Alex Raymond. God, that guy had
Oh, there. Yeah.
he had line weight from above. I tell you, he was the king of that.
I see that.
Good old Flash Gordon and Dale Arden.
This is some old stuff here.
Yeah, that's the classic old what you used to get in your Sunday supplement or your Sunday pages.
And we're back to. Now, did I tell Scott, did I correct myself about, I mentioned someone who had taken over the Hellboy? Yes, I did. I spelled it out for you, I think. In an email.
That's old Lobster Johnson, isn't it? Right
Yeah,
there.
but I forget who you said it was. It wasn't Duncan Fernando, was it?
No, it was Dave Stewart.
Oh, okay.
And now I've already forgotten the other guy who normally inks. But the two of them, and now I'm keep forgetting if Dave Stewart is the inker or the pencils. I can't remember. Anyway, it was them that, and it wasn't Hellboy. It was the what is it? The
BPRD.
BPRD.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's had a lot of backup artists or whatever do that.
It's kind of cool. He's become his own Walt Disney with that whole thing.
Yep.
He's got people working for him, which must give him a lot of pride because he knows how hard it is for artists to hook into a worthwhile thing to freelance at. He's got one right there.
Thing on Amazon is pretty good about him. If you guys hadn't seen that.
Oh no, I need to see that. Yeah, you told me about it.
Mike Mignola.
Yeah, there's a Mike Mignola documentary. It just came out. It's on Prime.
Yeah, check that out.
Tintin?
No, I don't think so. That's 1010. It looks more like
Oh no, there's no Tintin. I'm watching that actually on TV. The cartoon.
That's a Spielberg movie. Oh, you're watching a cartoon. Okay.
I did see the movie, and I'm going to see it. I'm going to watch it again to give it another chance. But
Yeah. It had some great shots.
Oh yeah, that's you could tell. I don't know. Did Spielberg actually direct it, or did he just produce?
I think he directed it.
I think he did direct it, which is pretty cool. I think it pretty much shows it. It's a creative. You know, look at that. There's some Corben. I don't recognize that one. I'm not sure I've seen it. Look at that.
Who was before the Corben, Mario?
What do you mean? Who was before Corben?
The one you were showing there.
Oh, you mean the artwork?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I don't have his name. I don't always take the name.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to. You know, you want to give the artist credit,
right?
Especially if you're showing his work. Now these covers, these are great covers.
Oh yes. Oh, my goodness. Now you may run across some Fred Fixler here. That was the guy that was important to founding the school where I took some life drawing at, the old California or Institute of whatever it was. I always mix it up, California Institute. One of them is where all the Disney artists get trained, and then there's the one I went to.
I know. I was getting training at Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah.
I got into the in-betweeners class, but then because I couldn't, I didn't want to just take the class, and I couldn't work if I took the class. So I got offered a job at Eastman Kodak, and I took it, and it was a terrible job. I should have just hung in there. I could have hung in there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not necessarily should have.
Well, you know, that's the deal. You think about that, those roads not taken. They're out there. You can call them regrets, but they're not necessarily regrets.
Yeah.
It's just how things shaped up.
It's hard to know how things would end up.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
might have gone postal on everybody at Hanna-Barbera for all you know. Some sort of madness may have.
Well, they weren't doing that well then, so that's one of the reasons. I just didn't.
Oh yeah, Hanna-Barbera went away to the extent that it, compared to what it used to be, you know, Tor's Nightmare. Now that's so good old. Gilbert Gottfried was a big fan of this guy. They were friends.
I'm trying to think of his name too.
I can't think of his name, but he's you know, he had some bestsellers with those super rendered things.
This is actually Friedman.
Oh,
Drew Friedman.
Drew Friedman.
Legend.
Yeah. Drew Friedman. Well, yeah, Johnny Legend probably commissioned it, I bet. He owns it probably. Yeah.
I just grabbed some of these at random. Now this one I took because of the artwork of the lighting. The same scene, but in three different ways.
Yes, well, that's interesting. I also grabbed that. Did you see that on Twitter or something?
No. No, I've had this for a while.
Wow, amazing.
That's kind of interesting.
Was it from the? Well, that's one of the famous cartooning or whatever. You can be an artist.
Like famous artist, school artist.
Yeah, the famous artist school.
Like
that's one of the
Fawcett
famous artists.
Or Briggs or one of those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1949 Tintin.
There's Tintin.
Oh my God, I fell in love with those at such an early age. I think I was probably in 5th grade, and we had them at in our. Somehow I got a hold of them. Wow,
that's pretty crazy.
I just started reading. I bought a couple of them because I had seen the movie and I was aware of it, and I enjoyed the 2 books. And I'm watching the cartoon. It's not horrible.
Yeah, well, it's started its own little school of art. That clean style, that Euro clean style.
Unlike this.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
that is who is that?
Oh, oops, sorry about that. I'm sorry. It's this Mac. It's so sensitive. I can
Yeah.
barely move the mouse without it reacting to me.
I have a vivid memory of a storytelling thing of Tintin in the Wild West, where they're tromping across the desert, and for some reason Tintin knows the lore of putting a rock in your mouth to
Oh,
stay,
Jeff Darrow.
yeah, to stay hydrated or whatever. What did you just say?
Jeff Darrow, right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shaolin Cowboy.
What is it, Cowboy? I bought a couple of
Shaolin.
them.
Shaolin.
Shaolin
Cowboy.
Yeah. I had a couple of these.
Yeah,
and they're pretty good. He's good.
He's a real talented artist. He worked on The Matrix. I've met him at cons and stuff, and but to me, he's got a style, and it's kind of gimmicky because he draws a bunch of detail, and it's once I see one, it's like, okay, I don't need to see everything he's ever done, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sort of thing. That is that Scott.
I mean, he's good, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but especially with this Shaolin Cowboy, it kind of was like, you know, real deserty, and you know, he worked with Mobius.
I believe that.
Yeah, they did a portfolio together in France called City of Fire. I've got it. I've got the portfolio, and about half of them are framed and hanging in my hallway here.
Well, that's cool that you went to trouble of framing them up.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep. There's one hanging in my bathroom.
So you can't be too despiteful of this. What's his name? Gio?
Darrow.
Darrow?
Yeah. No. I mean, I like his work. I just think it wears thin on me a little bit, you know.
It can happen.
It's
funny how people like different things.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny how when you think something's great and other people go, I don't get it. I don't understand.
Now, are those guys supposed to be transporting a giant guy? Because the scale is kind of weird on that, huh?
No,
that looks,
you
got
got
one little
closer. Oh, that guy's a giant. Yeah, that guy's a giant. Yeah.
Okay.
That looks like Kim Jong-gi.
I think it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've got a couple books of his stuff. He's another guy that's really good, but a little bit goes a long way. I have a couple of his sketchbooks, and my friend has bought every one of them. And I'm like, I got enough.
I'm going to go to the folders. I have some folders where I have. This is one work. This is Adam Hughes. Let's see what I'm not even sure what's in here.
What a great artist.
You know who it is?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me get this on.
He likes gorillas. I like gorillas.
Oh, I'm a big gorilla guy. I have a lot of miniatures of gorillas.
Oh, really? Cool.
I mean, like 25 or 30.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
There's a sketchbook. Oh, this guy. Yeah, okay.
Hey, wait a second. It says, oh, here we go. Guns don't kill people. Postal workers do. Okay.
Postal workers. Now,
this is Wim, and D has joined us. Rockin' mouth makes one forget that they are thirsty because it makes the mouth water. Yeah.
I can't tell you a story because my friend may watch this. So something he said.
That's not what I always wonder about Scott. Scott, you sure you want to say that? It's like somebody may watch this someday.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. Nah. Not from our world, do you think? I don't think so.
Never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Oh, that's nice. Look at that. Oops.
You know, you're no longer sharing.
Oh, I'm not.
Something happened to that screen. I don't think I did anything to it.
Oh, no, I guess not.
I think you accidentally pulled out.
It went off. No jokes there. No, I'm not going to say anything. But yeah, that's not what I want. Oh, okay. Here we go.
Okay. Well, you got to share it. You got to go through the process again.
Yep.
Sorry.
There it is.
Okay.
So,
I'm adding it to the stage. Here we go. Now, I may have removed it, but I hope I didn't. Yeah, that's a groovy little. I'll tell you. Oh, that's the who we're talking about. Art Adams or
the same guy.
Hughes. Adam Hughes.
Yeah.
Adam Hughes, rather. Yeah.
So there's pretty good. And here's another one.
Oh yeah,
Miss
yeah. He's a
Fantastic.
great. What do you call it? Pretty girl artist. They don't call it that. You know.
I think you have to have the girls in there.
Oh yeah. Oh no. If you're
Why-
super talented at that, you
Why wouldn't you, right?
because you understand everything about what appeal is. If you can get the beauty of a woman across,
Now here's
because
a
you got to leave
woman and
outlines.
a monkey. A
Yeah.
woman and a primate. A winning
Mhm.
combination.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's a sketchbook, isn't it?
Yeah. Your sketchbook. I've got some really cool sketchbooks. I should share those
this
sometime.
is
I'll do that next week. Anybody that's watching this, I'll share my sketchbooks.
look at that.
Yeah.
You talk about your personal sketchbooks, Ellis?
No. Sketchbooks
that
of
you
you know
have
that you
of,
buy at the con.
Oh, okay.
That you get to talking to. That's the deal. You get to walk up to McNola and start chatting him up. And he says, "Yeah, let me have this book." And he says, "Oh, that'll be $45." What?
What?
You know, it's like this cheap thing with 6 sketches in it. Okay, I'll take it.
Zelda.
No, I'm exaggerating badly, but that's the deal. You can find yourself, chatting somebody up and being all friendly and all that. And then you find out what they want from you retail. And it's like, I wish I hadn't talked to you.
And then you have to buy it.
Yeah, you have to buy it. Yeah.
So is this, what's her name? Velma, and they had a show about her. I guess it was
Oh,
an
yeah.
animation.
That's from, whatchamacallit? It's
Wasn't
from
bad. Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
I finally remembered something.
It cracks me up. Guys whose libido are actually centered around cartoons. It's like, come on now.
Oh, I see what I did.
I guess the mind goes where it wants to go.
The heart wants what the heart wants.
Yeah,
Ellis.
yeah.
Aaron Alfrey.
You know what?
who it is?
Did I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. We've lost your big screen again.
Yeah, I'm going to bring it back up.
Okay.
He is
I'm
in
gonna-
control.
It goes off when I switch. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Well, yeah, you're
He's-
closing.
he's-
You're closing.
He's already figured it out.
Well, if you clicked a whole bunch of multiple, of course, you could browse through them. And
I'm doing that's no, I did that, and that's
Okay.
that's why we're getting more than one at a time.
Okay.
Oh, this guy's out of it. Twilight Zone.
He's groovy, huh? That's what you mean to say.
Look at this stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll share it when I share it.
More than the Twilight Zone.
Beyond Serling.
Can you see him?
Not yet.
Oh,
You haven't shared it enough for me to have a button.
oh, okay. Okay, you should have a button now.
Okay. Add to stage. Let's see if I recognize it. No, I do not recognize anything about that. I'm getting a good close-up of my turkey neck leaning into the screen.
Oh, what is that? Wow.
This is
I see that he looks like he can do a really good likeness because I saw that face down the corner where he draws real people in every now and then. That's interesting. Very interesting.
very, very different.
Yeah, I would let that guy illustrate William Hope Hodgson's
Right,
The
right.
Nightland.
Yes.
Yeah, he'd be good at that.
I found that very inspiring.
Well, I read it and it's like, oh my gosh, the redundancy of this story.
Yeah.
But it gets to you. But you know what? I think I probably figured that out. He probably sold that as installments back in the day.
Okay.
And
yes,
of course
that makes sense. That's
and that
right.
would, that would make it redundant. It's like,
I
okay,
just like the idea of the house that led there, and then he got into the plane, and there were the
yeah,
pigmen,
yeah, it
and then
blew
he,
your mind a little bit, visualizing a place surrounded by things that were creeping toward you a millimeter a year, that were uncanny and were going to devour you once they got there, but they were only creeping toward you
and then
like a glacier.
I added hell in there. Had an entrance to Dante's Inferno there because from that plane you would walk try to get to the mountains, which you never could get to.
Oh, you made a game based on the Nightland?
Well, I didn't sell it or publish it.
Mhm.
It was a game idea.
It's a public domain thing. You could.
Yeah, yeah. And well, I don't want to. It's like just the idea overwhelms me because I have so many different projects started in thoughts, and because that's pretty much how I spend my time running up these stories.
Well, and of course, Hope Corben did a little William Hope Hodgson's too.
I've seen those.
Yeah, those are good.
Everything he does is good.
Oh yeah,
Pretty
yeah,
much,
that's true.
right?
Yeah, he's got his
This
bare
guy-
minimum of his underground comics. Those are great. I love that.
Yeah, those are the best. Yeah,
Some of the
those
best.
Yeah. Then
Oh yeah. Well, I'm talking about the total crosshatch stuff he did for Skull, whatever, those kind of comics,
Death Rattle. that
Yeah,
sort of
Death
thing.
Rattle, exactly. That's probably what I meant to say. I've got a copy of Death Rattle back there somewhere.
well, I've mentioned Chaosium before.
Mm-hmm.
And when they came out, actually, the first game, RuneQuest, they had an artist who captured something about the game. She must have been playing it with them, and she was the wife of the guy who designed the game himself, who my friends in California were gaming with. But anyway, then they kind of lapsed, and they had like second-rate artists doing the artwork.
Mm-hmm.
And then now they've gotten bigger with mostly Call of Cthulhu was the one that pulled them out of the hole there. And they're using real good graphic artists and illustrators. So the artwork is pretty good. And I get these. They charge way too much for the stuff, like you said. They're always trying to make a buck, which is what business is about.
Oh yeah, yeah. What the market will stand, and what it's worth it. I mean, you obviously can't go in the hole selling something. If your production cost is legitimately, per unit, you got to charge that.
They do.
Oh, look at that. That's cool. I like that idea.
Sorry.
Witch house.
Go back.
Look at that.
Wow.
That might have been for the. I don't know. No, wait a minute. What about the Yaga? What's her face? One that has a house that has legs?
Yes.
Baba Yaga.
I believe that is what it should. I see the chicken feet walking that house around.
Well, he's playing with the idea at least.
Uh-huh.
Is this pen and ink? What is this? What am I looking at? I mean, I know.
I would say either pencil and inks or on the computer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Some of it looks like photographs, kind of.
Yeah, a lot of it's. I get that too. He's definitely pasted stuff in there.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's maybe what I was complimenting him on his ability to draw a human face, and that may have been a paste up.
But some of it's definitely not.
Oh no,
Photoshopped. It's.
Well, I actually when I use Photoshop now, I usually draw something and then put it in there and then color it in. I don't like drawing so much. I never really like drawing in Photoshop, and I know you guys have a better situation there. But I don't know.
I don't think Scott doesn't like digital drawing. Like I say, you guys just haven't exposed. Yeah.
But,
you do.
But, well, yeah. We're I mean, everything I do at work, I do I do in the computer. But I mean, my comics are all by hand.
Oh yeah.
I do some, but I've
excuse me.
dabbled in it. but I've never gotten. I don't know. I just don't like the way that digital art. I don't think my digital art looks as good as
You
my
have to
regular art.
dedicate your time to it to get good at it. It's like anything.
Yeah.
Not going to get anything for free.
No.
So I'm jumping around, jack of all trades, master of none. But that's what works for me right now. If someone said, "Here, I'll give you money to focus on one thing and do it," I would do it.
Right.
But even then, I had some guy who he had an idea of a drawing, and I should have charged him more. It was a large drawing in color. I use colored pencil.
Yeah.
And it was only about $300, I think. I only asked for 300. I should have asked for more because I kind of rushed through it.
Yeah.
And when you rush, you're bound to fail if you're doing artwork.
Yeah. Artwork takes time.
Unless you have a system down or something. Some people have even Ellis has a sort of he's so fast with the pencil with his palette there.
Yeah.
And he can knock these big projects out quickly.
Yes.
You too, I guess. I don't know how fast you work.
I started this page tonight this page I've been working on for about an hour.
And comic books seems tedious to me.
Oh, they can be. Are you okay, Ellis?
You guys didn't break the internet while I was gone, did you? I went to the back in the bathroom. What all did you discuss when you were worried about me?
We were talking about your artwork.
Oh, okay.
And the prognosis is not good.
This that you can see, I'll make myself full screen here so you can see my art.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look at that thing.
Let me see.
Here's my art. Cowboys today.
Those are, I like them.
Okay, anyway, we'll go back to what we were doing. You'll see those later when I post them to Instagram.
No, I did a couple of drawings and came up with a cartoon character. I think I might have told Scott about that. Jumpin' Jupiter.
Jumpin' Jupiter. You want to share that? I was going to share. See if I can.
I'd have to find it. We'll do that the next time. Alex Nino. What about him?
I've actually met the guy, and I tell you what, he had the loneliest table I've ever seen at the con. Here was one of the world's, as far as I was concerned, one of the world's greatest artists, and nobody was coming by to see him. Kind of weird. Of course, he's one of those guys that Jim Warren said, "Oh, this guy's good." He used him a little bit.
Okay, you got a picture there? I think you can post that now.
Okay, sorry.
So you know this guy. You know this. You're familiar with him.
Oh, I love Alex Nino. Yeah. He's one of these guys that's got about 10 different styles. He can do anything you want him to do. Yeah.
I like artwork that shows different places, things that you're not sure, you haven't seen.
Uh-huh.
A little different, or if they're really good. Oh, it says, his name. That's okay. Oh, now what's this? Very low resolution, but.
Yeah, it's one of those guys that.
Okay. Good.
Well, I like his stuff where he gets really wacky sometimes, where he's really pushing edges around, straights and everything like that. Now is that neat? Is that Nino?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Alex Nino.
Mm-hmm. He's pushing it a little bit there.
Oh yeah, but this is kind of almost Mad Magazine-y, kind of exaggeration.
Yeah, he's got his little tropes he does that's very distinctive. Yeah. in his, I guess you'd call it his calligraphy. Scott and I don't know. You came in. What you probably thought you were coming in late or right on time. I don't know what you thought about it, but Scott and I yammered away for 30 minutes without me having started the show, and I forget what prompted us to even check on.
I kept telling you I couldn't see it on YouTube.
He couldn't see it. Yeah, he double monitors the show by watching it on TV and on Roku and.
Yeah, that's the only way I can see it because I'm recording with my phone.
Yeah.
And so I have a TV mounted on the wall
I
right
may try that next week. I may record on my phone. Now, does that just pass through, or do you have to put that on your hard drive? Do you have to delete that from your hard drive now, Scott, or does it pass through?
No. I'm watching the live stream on the Roku YouTube Roku app. So your phone is streaming. It's not hanging on to it. No. No. Okay, so you send me the link, right? I click on it on my phone, and it's filming. It's on a brace right up here. Okay, so that's independent of whatever I'm doing. Now, my TV, I tune into your YouTube channel, and when you go live, I watch it. What
app are you using while the phone is streaming?
StreamYard. It's the link you send me.
Oh, okay. So all it does is open StreamYard up. So if I have StreamYard on my phone, that's what it will do. Of course, it's what it would do. Yeah, I'm not making what.
Wait,
you know,
what?
This is it's just me being stupid. I don't realize. You know, it's exactly equivalent right now. I'm not recording 10 gig of video. I'm just passing it through.
And I watch it as it goes on the YouTube feed.
What an idiot. I'm a maroon. Oh, here we go. I'm sharing your art there. Oh, look at that. I like that. Now, wait a second. Who is that?
That's Alex Raymond.
Okay, look at that. Wow. Isn't that interesting? Now, you sure that's Raymond? Look at that.
Yep.
Alex
early.
Early
it says in the lower right-hand corner, he signed it.
So that's Flash or is it Buck?
That I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
Probably Buck.
Yeah, probably Buck. Buck would have been early.
Yeah, this is later in his career. Look at the difference in style.
The middle panel says Flash.
Oh, okay.
Does it?
Yeah, it did.
Where do you see Flash?
One of the middle panels said, "Look,
Flash. Look, Flash." Yeah.
Well, this must be really
look, Flash. We're in the stratosphere, 15 miles above.
Well,
the
you're
Earth.
looking at your big Roku screen. I can't see it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Ready, Flash? Let's go. Okay, okay. So that's before Flash. He has his, the costume that.
Before they gave him some room to stretch out, I guess, or that's the Sunday page.
So I watched a YouTube video about Austin Briggs, the illustrator, and he ghosted on the Flash for a while, or on Flash Gordon. But I think it was in the 50s.
Oops, what happened there?
Well, when you get one of those franchises that everybody says, yeah, I know Flash.
And again, I've got in fact, I just put away a bunch of
look at that.
What I call retro science fiction, AKA Flash Gordon, Buck Rogers.
Now, this is the stuff that Frazetta is taking in, recording, and saying, and of course, Al Williamson is looking at that stuff and saying, he's digesting it and regurgitating it. Because that's Al Williamson's God right there.
Dale, waiting anxiously for a signal or for Flash's return, sees the lifeline grow suddenly taut. With a cry, she leaps for it, but Koro stops her, hissing, "Let go, child. You mustn't interfere."
One of those Ornella
Always.
Muti moments.
Always dramatic Flash Gordon. God, when I was a kid, I watched those serials. They'd be on TV late night. I loved them.
And they're you can get them free now.
Oh yeah, sure.
I've got it somewhere. I've got them on DVD. There were like 3 series.
I did that too, and then never watch them again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a couple serials that I picked up recently. I need to watch.
Oh, look at that. There he is. Ooh, look at that maelstrom effect.
Mr. Bunker.
That's interesting. Is that him doing Rip Kirby or something like that?
Could be.
Okay, it could be. Could very well be.
Look at that. Oh, this is the stuff that inspired Dave Sim.
I only take. I just if I see even a frame like this where I say that's like art, I'm going to copy that.
Yeah.
See, it's so perfect, that scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Senor Kirby.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Well, that could be lightened up. Pretty good on tigers.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Jungle Jim.
Yeah.
I remember I was all over that show when I was. What's fun was when I lived in Simi Valley over at Corriganville. They have a number of plaques over there telling you this is where several things were filmed. A little pond, concrete pond they had, and Jungle Jim was one of them. In fact, I think it worked out that area just about more than anything else.
Now look at the difference between this Flash Gordon and the first panel we were looking at.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
First panels.
Oh yeah.
Style.
Just an artist evolution, I guess.
So he's probably one of the top dogs by other considered by other artists one of the
Oh
top
yeah.
dogs.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Kirby.
Who am I thinking of that
I believe that.
Yeah.
What's that?
Who am I thinking of that did the? Am I saying the artist right? The guy that did the little miniature pig character. They did it for good Lord 100 years. He has this big anthology out of it. What's it even called? Doggone it! But he puts out stuff like that where he's got this long story about Alex Raymond.
Oh, you're talking about Dave Sim.
Yeah, well, I guess I got it right. I got it right. Okay, Dave Sim.
Yeah,
I said
he's
his
not
name
a
earlier.
pig. He's an aardvark.
Got aardvark. Yeah.
Okay.
Cerebus.
I thought of that too, and I said, okay, but he's not a pig.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave Sim did a book called The Strange Death of Alex Raymond.
Yes, The Strange Death of Alex Raymond.
That is the most bizarre book I've ever read.
Yeah, it suffers also from being, I think, installments. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting. And when they printed it, they messed up a chapter, and so I read it, and I was like, it was a 2-color page. There was a section that was 2 colors. Most of it was 1 color, and they didn't print one of the color plates in some of them. And I read it, and it didn't make sense because of the color plate. But it didn't make sense with the color plate, and so I sent it back, and I never repurchased it. The library has it. Maybe I ought to check it out and try and reread it.
Yeah, I believe
it's interesting, but it's very metaphysical about the death of Alex Raymond.
Yeah,
and comics and all this. It talks about art.
Scott, are you still doing that comic with the people that didn't pay you?
No.
Oh.
No, I think they're out of business, Mario.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so this is the Black Cricket.
This is the Black Cricket.
Okay.
And I don't know, the comic industry is kind of in disarray now because the main distributors filed for Chapter 11.
Well,
So
comics are kind of dead right now.
yeah,
Right?
comics are kind of dead.
Which
So
is amazing. You got your billions being made from what went before, and it's like, what, you aren't working on the farm team anymore? I mean, put some comic books out. Otherwise, what do you expect to happen? But I guess they've decided that in the future, nobody will care about comics. I don't know. I guess that's what
well,
they're
Well,
betting on.
I
I
think
think
they'll go to fads where they'll be popular.
Hmm.
yeah, I think that there's a lot of reasons I think why they're not real one of them is they're expensive for what you get,
Yeah.
and they've gone to um, kind of a deconstructed storytelling or
Hmm.
decompressed storytelling. So you read a book and you don't get any story hardly, and then you're
Hmm.
paying, $6, $5 for the book, and you read it in like, 5 minutes, and you're like, is that all there is to it?
Hmm.
Nothing really happens, and they don't focus on action, and they don't focus on it's. I don't know. It's just it's really strange,
If you're
and
not making art when you're doing the comic, don't even bother doing it.
yeah,
Look at
Think of
that.
it
I
as
dig
art,
that. That looks like
right?
yes.
I thought you were agreeing with me, Ellis.
well, I was looking at that artwork. Yeah, that looks like what's that movie called where that it's got Raymond Massey in it, and they're looking. It's H.G. Wells, and I can't
War of the
think of the name.
Worlds.
No, Raymond Massey, and he's one of the pilots that comes down.
Master of the World.
No, it's
That's H.G. Wells.
yeah,
Citizen Kane. Oh,
Master of
wrong.
the
Oh,
World.
actually,
Wrong
that's
Wells.
Jules Verne.
Yeah, I
That's
was
Jules
going.
Verne.
Hey, you got to it first. Yeah, it's Jules Verne. That's got
Master of the
Charles
World.
Bronson in it.
Oh,
So, which one are you thinking of?
Well,
H.G.
I'm
Wells.
thinking of one about tomorrow or something like that. What am I
Oh,
thinking?
yeah, okay. Yeah,
Uh,
I don't think that was so great a movie, though, was it?
it's got a weak narrative, kind of where it's just trying to kind of like fire your imagination. Basically, it's got some great stills. I remember seeing those stills in the old
Yeah.
famous Monsters of Filmland. It's like, hey, I got to see that movie someday. Look at
That
that. Ooh.
that's a lot. Sometimes that happens. Look at the Baron Munchausen
Oh
movie.
yeah, yeah. You
It
think you
has
got to see that?
amazing things in it, but it kind of
Yeah, the
it
narrative.
it
it didn't quite keep the pace up. But it's got amazing things in it that
Hmm.
nobody's ever done.
it just didn't gel. I watched that not long ago.
What, the old German one, or
No,
Baron
that one
Munchausen.
that one's really boring.
yeah?
But it has a few special effects in it.
Oh, you're talking about the Terry Gilliam one.
The Terry Gilliam.
Yes, that's the
Yes.
one I watched, and I was like, yeah.
And Brazil, which was held together a lot better. That's a
Hmm.
great one too.
Oh yeah, that's the one that broke Gilliam. He said, "I've done as well as I can do," and they took it away from me and put the "love conquers all" ending on it. What can you do?
Well, what about this one? He did another one later with the famous German actor who I'm forgetting the name of. No, was it Alita? The girl? I think that's the name of it. I owned the movie. I bought that movie because I liked it. I like Terry Gilliam's movies. I think
Hmm.
I've seen them all. And that one, isn't that it? Alita. No one knows that.
Mm-mm.
Alita.
She's like she's mostly an android.
Hmm. I guess I haven't seen it.
All right, let me
Oh,
get the title. I have to get the title then.
Okay.
Let's see.
Terry Gilliam. Well, I guess I'd have to confess, after Brazil and I can, the Fisher King and what else? Oh, and of course,
Fisher King.
12 Monkeys
That was
and
fantastic. That's a great movie.
yeah, 12 Monkeys.
I can't say that about the Fisher King, but
Hmm.
I wouldn't say that about the Fisher King. Now, let's see, movie. Where is my movies here? Radio. I got to get to the ones I own, which is I don't know. I don't usually go to my computer to get these.
Startling Comics. I guess the only thing we missed, Scott, by starting without me pushing the button was probably stories about flats. I don't know. No, we weren't discussing that live, were we? I don't think so.
Oh no! I was like, flats. What are you talking about? Flat tires.
Flat
My
tires.
wife had a flat tire today, Mario.
I may have to send you the name of this thing because.
Well, yeah, I can look it up right now. I'll type in Terry Gilliam and tell you what it is in about 2 seconds. Terry, unless I spell Gilliam wrong.
Challenge accepted.
Terry Gilliam. Well, it's too late already. Time Bandits. Of course, that's another great one. Terry Gilliam was born near Medicine Lake, Minnesota. We forget that just because he's Python, Monty Python.
Yeah, I kind of assumed he was
What's
British.
your favorite color? I believe that. Yeah, he plays that part. Okay, go ahead. Off with you.
That was really funny.
Yeah. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Brothers Grimm, Tideland, the Imaginarium of Dr. Parsinium, or whatever his name.
That was a little draggy, that one.
The Man Who Killed Don Quixote.
That's interesting, but it didn't work.
The Zero Theorem.
That's it.
Okay.
Zero Theorem.
The Zero.
You've never seen this?
I've never seen it.
You got to see it.
I could stand watching it. It looks like it's got old.
It's science fiction.
Yeah, looks like it's got Christopher Waltz in it.
That's the German actor I was trying.
That's who you're trying to think of, and you didn't have to
didn't.
use. Oh, I know what you were thinking of. You're thinking about the one about the battle droid girl that he was also in.
I confused those two. I did.
Yeah, Alita. Yeah,
Alita. And I do have that
Battle Angel Alita.
Yeah, Battle.
That was good too.
He is in it, and that is a real shame. Most guys knocked themselves out. Rodriguez and what's his face? That Rodriguez directed it, and Cameron produced it. I got to catch up here with D. Let's see what it says. When Elon Musk makes a poster for people to go to Mars, I hope you're hired as an artist like one of those guys, full-on monster on the advert too. What do I say? I hope you high as an artist like one of those guys, full-on monster on the advert too. When Elon Musk makes a poster for people to go to Mars, I hope your eyes an artist like this. D, I'm not sure. I think we need to know what you're drinking.
How about Alex Toth?
Oh, love me some Toth. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I got to get going.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Scott and I got to get going too, because like I say, we've got an extra half hour.
Yeah.
Nobody else will ever see.
That's okay.
It's all right. Yep. So you're saying bye to us. Let's see if D finally. No.
Here we go. Look at this.
Let's see it.
Last few images. This is Alex Toth. Look at him.
I've got a big giant book of his stuff.
Wow. Oh yeah. I recognize his.
Yeah, he was a go-to guy for the animation people, showing them, giving them their Bible, their character Bibles on stuff.
Yeah, I got a book of his Zorro stuff.
Right there, that stuff, that kind of stuff. Let him go off. What do they call that? They don't call it a character Bible. They call it something else.
Like a model sheet?
Yeah, the model sheet. Yeah.
There you go. Supergirl.
Yes. Ooh, yeah.
And then just switching topics without any prelude. Quaaludes.
Quaalude. Without any Quaaludes.
Oh,
hard to do sometimes.
Those are horrible. anyway, so I took Cthulhu Mythos, and they took over. They finally got enough worshippers to let them come back into the dimension, the horrors from outer space, from another dimension. And they create a kind of a bubble area. Well, actually, they started taking over the whole world, and the United, I have this group of magicians that kind of watch over the world, and they put a bubble over the thing, so they've kept it in one spot. But there are people in there, and and in fact, that's where I use the Nightlands. Remember the monsters walking around at night?
Yes.
Yes. They're in these buildings.
I
forget what they call them, but the fortresses.
Yeah, something like Sentinels. Sentinels. Yeah, Sentinels. No, they called them something else. I forget what they were. Yeah. There was 3 of them though, and they were each distinctive. Yeah.
Right. So
one of them was the House of Silence or something like that.
Wait, what is this from?
That's from Nightland. And that one was tricky. You had to get past it without letting it draw you in. If you became focused on it, all of a sudden you lost your mind. You just walked into it and were never seen again.
Well, I'm sure he influenced H.P. Lovecraft or vice versa. But
oh yeah.
Who's this artist? Who is this?
That looks like
Green Lantern.
It might be Toth.
Yeah, hard to tell.
Anyway, the mystery on D is solved. He's going text to speech.
Ah, there we go.
Or speech to text, I think is what he meant to say.
Oh, maybe so.
Yeah. Hey,
so anyway,
guys.
So I have that setting, where and it was caused by the Cthulhu Mythos, and you have Cthulhuoid, thingies running around there, and you can't leave the place. They're protected by magic, and they do have a link back to regular Earth, untainted Earth, but it's very difficult, and sometimes it doesn't work. So that's why they're not being able to all escape and get out of there.
His ability, that was the main salvation about Hodgson's stuff, is his details would catch you up so much. You could persevere with him because he would always, you'd be saying, oh, this is getting like more of the same. And then all of a sudden you'd be involved with some sort of slug monster, which the details on it, the pursuit and the hair raisingness of it.
Giant slug monsters. I hate
what's
slug monsters.
Yeah. Well, you remember that particular moment of Nightland? He got in one little vulnerable spot, and all of a sudden this big slug was after him.
No, I don't.
It was, and of course the sun had gone out, and so the only light was from volcanic activity. So you can that immediately excites the brain, the mind's eye of like, oh, it's all red.
I missed that.
Yellow, yeah.
So that's good. I'm going to use that.
Yeah.
The story that I don't.
Here we go. Speech to text with an Okie accent leads to funny failures. Yeah. Whim. Yeah. That's Whim though. That's not D explaining.
Did somebody just
himself
post that, or was that from the past?
They just posted it. We have people watch it.
Yeah. I've been watching this in case Dan showed up.
Oh yeah.
Good one.
Dan's got a new position at his work, so I don't think he has as much free time.
Doesn't show up as often, huh?
No.
Well, guys,
yes.
Are you going to bail?
I need to go.
We need to all go.
To you.
Yeah. Roy Rogers.
Until we meet.
Okay, here we go. Ending stream. End stream. There we go.